blog in regards to the NFL. I've been following this case for a little while, but I haven't really had a good chance to really comment on it because I wasn't really sure about what the litigation would hold to. But breaking news, the NFL has announced that it settled a $790 million lawsuit with the city of St. Louis in regards to the lawsuit regarding the Rams relocation controversy. Now, as we all know, the last 21 years, for 21 years, the Rams, after leaving Los Angeles, resided in St. Louis, Missouri. A few years after the Cardinals left for the Arizona area, and they called that place their home for 21 years. They won a Super Bowl there, Super Bowl 34, and even went to a second Super Bowl 2 years later, where they lost to the Patriots. But then afterwards, after the little run, the team ended up losing a lot of its popularity, and also it was one of the worst teams in the NFL for a while. And their stadium was also considered one of the worst in the NFL too. They were Jones Dome, and Stan Kroenke, the owner of the Rams, was threatening to move the team if they didn't get a new stadium. That didn't happen, and of course, the Rams bolted and they went back to Los Angeles. Now, after several years of litigation with the city, the NFL has decided that they would settle with the city for $790 million. This is very, very good for the NFL, as this could have led to even further consequences. We do not know if the NFL themselves are paying out this money or if it's Stan Kroenke. It is a lot of money. I'm happy for the city of St. Louis that they've gotten this much. But at the same time, I know that many people in St. Louis are also not very happy with the verdict. Now, one might say, that's $800 million. Nearly $800 million. How's that not a win? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people, for a while, were getting the impression that St. Louis would eventually push the NFL so far that they would give them billions of dollars as well as an expansion team in damages. But instead, they just get nearly $800 million. I mean, that's still a huge win no matter, but at the same time, considering what so many people were led on to believe, they see it as a loss. And considering there's no expansion team right now, they view it as such. I personally can't see it as one. I mean, the NFL, at least from what I've been hearing, if they were to expand to a 33rd or 34th team, they're probably going to choose St. Louis as one of their first destinations, considering the St. Louis area, while the city itself only has 300,000, if you look at the entire metro area, that's 2.8 million. That's 21st or 20th in like the entire nation. So that's really, really massive. And considering they already have the Blues there, they have the Cardinals there, they're getting an MLS team. I mean, St. Louis is a city on the rise when it comes to sports teams. As for the city of St. Louis, I would say, maybe you can get an NFL team in the near future. Maybe not right now, but hopefully soon for them. And I would also say that when it comes to what could happen with other expansions, maybe you could try to be with the NBA. Maybe you can see if you can get a team in St. Louis there, or maybe that could be Kansas City. Who really knows? Maybe this could lead to better things down the road. I'm not really sure. I know that a lot of people in St. Louis are very, very, very upset. And trust me, I understand why. I get it. You had your team that was there for 20 years. And before that, you had the Cardinals that were there for 27 years, and they both left. St. Louis, the NFL, one could argue, screwed over St. Louis twice. In my honest opinion, I feel like St. Louis should have gotten an expansion team back in the mid-90s. Maybe instead of Carolina and Jacksonville, maybe one of them should have gone to St. Louis, and maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament in the first place. But even then, if you do get an expansion team, there are some people in St. Louis that feels like, the NFL will try to move out of there anyway. And out of all these cities that have, the NFL has left, it feels like with the people of St. Louis, they feel a real anger against the NFL for screwing them over in their eyes. Yes, Eric, perhaps it is Oakland's turn. I mean, if St. Louis ends up eventually getting an expansion team out of this, maybe down the road as like a first dibs, Who knows? Maybe San Diego could get one. Maybe Oakland can get one. But chances are, from the rumors, it's saying that, speaking of league circles, they said it would be St. Louis, San Antonio, Toronto, and London. I'm not sure how London's really going to work considering the travel. Toronto, I think, will be your best chance if you want to expand outside the U.S. But at the same time, I think St. Louis is probably your best chance if you're going to expand, considering everything involved in the litigation. And with everything that the NFL has been in, I think it would just be best if that were to happen. But at the same time, I do feel bad for the people in St. Louis that were hoping for more. But at the same time, I should say that when it comes to, hey, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Eric. I would also say that when it comes to the people that thought they were going to get more out of this, a lot of these people have never been lawyers. They've never been in a courtroom. And I can understand your anger against people like Mike Florio. And I can understand people's upsetment towards like Dan Lust and other lawyers that are hyping this up. But maybe in reality, perhaps this was bound to happen regardless. And if you feel like you've been duped, I can't blame you. I feel annoyed too. I do. But I would say this. I am happy for the city of St. Louis for what they were able to get out of this so far. The fact they got 800 and nearly 800 million is still a big win. Yeah, I understand it's not what the people of St. Louis really wanted. They wanted more. And I understand there's still a lot of unsurety as to what's going to happen with that money. If it's going to go in their pockets or if it's going to go to the people of St. Louis in general. Who really knows? But either way, I just wish you guys the best. Seriously. I almost felt upset seeing it because they were hyping up for so much. It's insane. But I do hope you guys get an expansion team down the road. I think you guys are definitely in due for that. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm rooting for you guys every day of the week to make sure it does happen. If you guys have any thoughts on what's going to happen next for St. Louis, please let me know in the comments below. Also, besides St. Louis, John Kelly just says, I think the NFL will give Oakland an expansion. The African-American Sports Group builds a new stadium. Perhaps. I could see that. But if you're going to happen for Oakland, it's going to have to happen with St. Louis first, considering how St. Louis is the one that's considered, especially if it's ones that are considered, minor. I don't know. It's just huge. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this was the right deciding? Do you think the NFL gave up too much? Do you think they gave up too less? Do you think this is bad for the NFL? Do you think this is good for the NFL? Do you think this is bad for St. Louis? Do you think it's good for St. Louis? Whatever you think of the cases, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like on this video if you haven't already. That could really help Zenny62. Yeah, you're right. I did think it would be $1 billion, Muhammad. But yeah, make sure you like on this video if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe to Zenny62 Media. Hit notifications on for more. And as always, take care of you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, peace.